a simple math problem to figure out multiply them and a Google search. Everybody. We'll call the Williams County Board of County Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, February 3rd to order. Brandy, please call roll.
Barry?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
Corey?
Here.
Bo?
Here.
Chris?
Here.
We have a quorum. We'll proceed. If everybody please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item C, consent agenda. What are the wishes?
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carried. Item D is public comment. This is the spot on the agenda. If there's something not on the agenda that you wish to address the board with, now is the time.
Mr. Chairman, just a comment from a call I received from a concerned citizen was regarding the post office. And I don't know if there's anything we can do to help the process, but if we could maybe have staff look into anything that we can possibly do to encourage them to fix the problem. I know they've hired more people and they're going to be training for the next few months, but if there's anything we can do to help support them, try to not find themselves in the current position they're in, because the lines are incredibly long, and especially for elderly people, it's really difficult for them to have to stand in line for 2 hours, which I experienced it myself for standing in line for an hour and a half. So anyway, if there's something we can do from a staff perspective, if it's just writing a letter supporting them fixing the problem, whatever it might be, but it would be, I guess, whatever we can do to direct staff to look into it.
Any other comments on that?
Yeah, I would agree. I guess if we find that we're at the appropriate time in the agenda to make a motion to direct staff, or can we do it now?
We can do it right now.
Okay, so moved.
Okay, I would second that.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Are there any other public comment? No? Okay. We go into item E. Looks like the assessor is up.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Christy Gutierrez. I'm with the Williams County Assessor's Office. Today, we're going to be hearing 2 abatements. The first one is submitted by Renaissance Station LLC for their 2024 valuation. Renaissance Station's 2024 valuation was $837,790. The applicant is requesting a valuation of $675,000, which is a difference of $162,790. This property is a 13,176 square foot building spread across a basement and 2 floors. It was built in 1913 as a post office and later converted to office space. This building is valued as a 114-year-old office, with no adjustments for modern updates. The majority of the interior appears to be updated in the 70s, with little remaining of the original build. We do recognize that this building is unique. It was altered after the fact to accommodate office space. We have deducted a 10% obsolescence due to the awkward layout. Some of these offices require you to go up a set of steps to enter, or down once you come into the office. It doesn't flow the way a modern office would. We have also dedicated 10% due to the structure being a historical building and the difficulties associated with any type of renovation on this. Then we have also given a deduction of an additional 10% for the basement, not adding as much value as a modern office building basement would. This is a total of 30% off to account for the difficulties that are associated with this specific building. On the other hand, this building is a landmark in downtown Williston. It's highly recognizable and offers other benefits that can't be found by its competitors, such as off-street parking, multiple office sizes for lease, and common areas that aren't typical in older buildings. The property owner is basing the request for a decrease on a few factors. The first one is they did have one tenant that occupied a large amount of space in their building that has recently vacated. This is causing a loss of income for them. While this is difficult in an investment property, it is common to have to replace tenants. We do not value office space on the income method and have no way to recognize vacancy as a reason to deduct in the valuation. The second, they have a broker's opinion of value that was prepared by CBRE. In this opinion, they list recent sales of office space as their basis for their value. Unfortunately, the comparables they list are mostly outside of the county, were sold after the assessment period in question, and were not therefore not used to actually value this building or any other building in Williston in that time frame. If we were to accept the broker's opinion, you can see they understate the square footage of the building. I went out to measure to verify because the square footage differences were different from what we had on our record, and I was within less than 3 inches on our measurements, so we are accurate. So if you take their actual square footage, which is 13,176 square feet, and the broker's opinion of between $86 and $95 per square feet, you can see that we would actually end up with an increase in valuation, $295,346 to $413,000. The comparables that they also include a few. Sorry, I just got my pages mixed up. So based on this, we are looking at requesting that you deny their abatement for the 2024 tax year. Do you have any questions for me?
So I just want to clarify, you've already discounted this 30%.
That is correct.
Okay, thank
From
you.
the rest of its peers, it actually already has a 30% discount.
Yeah.
Not to mention, typically a 114-year-old building is not listed as a 114-year-old building. We would have done a little bit of changes and put some increases for effective age for things like the fact that the heating system isn't original to 114 years ago. The plumbing system isn't original. We don't have original flooring, that type of thing. Those changes were actually not made when these updates were made in the 70s. And so technically it should have been updated and it acts like younger than a 114-year-old building. We didn't take that into consideration. So they've got a couple of areas where they have received some benefit.
Appreciate the thorough investigation. Thank you, Chrissy.
Okay, any other questions? All right, what are the wishes?
I'd move to deny the abatement as recommended by staff.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, open for discussion.
Just appreciate that they're willing to invest in an old building like that. And obviously owners of another very nice building downtown. So we appreciate their investment, but
Agreed.
unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, any other discussion? No, roll call, please.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Motion carried.
The next abatement we have on the list is for Renaissance on Main for 2024. This valuation is listed at $6,416,670. The applicant is requesting a valuation of $5 million, a difference of $1,416,670. This was also heard by the City Commission on January 13th and denied. This building is a mixed-use structure built in 2015 and 2016 for a reported cost of $13,500,000. The first floor is 8,413 square feet of retail space. Second floor is 10,505 square feet of office space, and the third and fourth floor have combined 56,936 square feet of multifamily apartments, totaling 30 units. There are also 2 floors of attached secured heated garage space at 42,130 square feet. The first 2 floors are valued on the cost to replace sales hybrid method, similar to how we would do other office and retail spaces in the city of Williston and the county. And then the upper 2 floors are based on the income method, the way we would do other apartment living spaces. These models were set from data used in 2023. Renaissance on Main did not submit their income data to participate in that process in that year. They have submitted a broker's opinion of value prepared by CBRE. In that packet, CBRE states they are valuing 14,433 square feet of commercial space, broken up as 6,290 square feet of retail and 8,136 square feet of office, 25,169 square feet of multifamily, and no mention of the garage spaces. The comparables they include consist of a few apartment and office space sales, all occurred after the 2023 valuation window, and only a few are even in Williston. Due to this, none of those were used in our model for valuing this property for 2024. The broker's opinion actually references a January 2026 date of commencement for what their valuation would be appropriate for. Any sale happening in January 2026 would be reflective in the 2027 valuation, not the 2024 valuation. Their pricing matrix lists approximately $97,670 per unit value for the apartments and $144 per square feet for the office and retail. Since they have again understated retail space and office space and the apartment space, it's really hard to back into their numbering. We have to value wall to wall from outside. We can't just take the little inside wall to wall space that they can lease. Common areas, everything have to go into that valuation, which when they do put their comps out there, they take the full square foot of the building and reapply it back to only leasable space in this building. When we ran a sales ratio for sales that occurred in Williston in 2023, we came up with 14 arm's length transactions. What that means is that there is enough data out there to have actually used data, sales data from inside of our market to value these. They just chose not to. If they had, they would have seen that our sales ratio for apartments in that time frame was 62.7%, meaning they needed a 37.3% increase to come up to market value. So that would not indicate a decrease on these parcels for that year. Based on this, we would recommend a denial of the 2024 abatement for Renaissance on Main LLC. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions? Okay, what are the wishes?
I would move to deny the abatement as recommended by staff.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Item 2, community engagement. Lindsay.
Good morning. Currently right now here in allegedly February 26th, about a year ago in April is when the Builder Buyer Housing Incentive Program was released. We currently have a little under half of the funds that remain, but about 80 homes have received some sort of incentive towards the program. So we've been doing really well from a funding limit, really well from getting new construction houses out there. There's quite a few that's already on the market, which will be good. So as we kind of have this a little lull before our next big construction season, I have some changes to propose primarily to the application to help clarify some things and improve efficiency, both on the administrative side, but also for the applicant. And then one key element of eligibility is kind of the big change that I'm proposing that's reflected in the applications and the agreement templates that were provided in the packet. And that's just that right now, if you are an individual who are building your own home, quote unquote, which we allow in the county, cities allow as well, you could apply on your own. And the change that's being proposed is simply that that person would need to actually apply with the contractor that they intend to use. It just helps them to be a little bit more prepared up front and have the proper contractor license documentation and everything in place at the time of application instead of figuring out before they're trying to get the work done. And then there's a clause within the agreement that's highlighted that simply administratively, if they need to change that contractor for any reason, we all know that they get backed up or things fall through or they can find someone to do it for a better price. Administratively, I can make that update within their application and their agreement. We wouldn't have to go back to the commission just for simply swapping out that contractor piece. So happy to answer any questions that you may have. I had typed up a really long list for you and then I deleted it because it really got in the nitty gritty. At the end of the day, I've updated all the applications to be a little bit more clear. So as a package, that's just what we would anticipate wanting to use going forward. So happy to answer any questions. Otherwise,
Just maybe to help the commissioners here. So we sat in committee last week and I deferred to Lindsay on clarification of all these proposals, and really what it is after this has been nearly a year in implementation, it's just kind of cleaning things up. I think addressing some of the challenges she faced during the last several months, and then just clarified things, made it a little bit more streamlined and understandable for us and for the builder buyer. Am I correct, Lindsay?
yep, yes, and yes, and thank you, Chris or Commissioner Wallstead. Conceptually, these changes were reviewed with the Housing Incentive Review Committee last week, and then the nitty gritty words and whatnot were reviewed with Attorney Prout over the past couple of days.
It doesn't change the program at all. It just kind of cleans it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, the eligibility requirement, and then I guess the other big one would be a timing part. I've learned more about certificates of occupancy than I think I could have ever imagined. And so we're part of the application now. If a CO hasn't been issued or a temporary certificate of occupancy, they have to provide more information about their final inspection schedule. A key part of the buyer incentive is that we're not just holding on to money forever and ever and ever before they close. It's that the new construction is either done or almost done. They're sort of ready to close and we can kind of move along a little bit. So again, learning process for everyone involved. Made a lot of friends.
Thanks for all the time you put into it, and I'm really impressed that you brought just a half a page, Lindsay. That's one of the most impressive things I've seen. So thank you for that. What are the wishes, gentlemen?
I'd move to approve the changes as presented.
Is there a second?
Second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Chris,
yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thanks.
Thank you. Right now we're at Brandon. I keep missing that one. It doesn't have a blue deal on it.
Morning, Commissioners. Name's Brandon with the Engineering Department. Brandon Farrell, sorry. Today I'm here to close the loop on the SS4A planning grant that we presented last week, just kind of finalizing the documentation that's required for that grant, requesting approval of a resolution that authorizes the county to direct staff to move forward with the acknowledgement and implementation of said grant. It's just saying we're going to do our best effort to address all of the safety concerns presented in the plan. With that, I'll just do two in one. The SS4A implementation grant will be opening up here in the next month or so. With that, I'm asking to have Ackerman Esfold assist us with preparing that grant and putting together the documentation required for us to apply. We're going to ask for $10 million. It's an 80-20 split on that grant. I talked to Christy in finance to make sure that for 2027 we'll budget to account for our portion of that grant. But yeah, those are the two things. So approval of the SS4A resolution and authorization for the chair to sign for that, and then the permission to engage Ackerman Esfold to assist with the SS4A implementation grant application. Any questions?
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? What are the wishes?
Move to approve the SS4A and authorize the chairman to sign.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Moved and seconded. Is just a quick question. Is that going to cover both then?
Yeah. So, well, if you want to do two different ones, that's fine. It's just SS4A, the application for the implementation grant. It's just we do it under our services, so I just wanted to make everybody aware that we were planning on doing that.
Gotcha.
Do we need to change the motion then to get both of them covered?
Why don't we do that?
Okay, well, let's, I changed the motion to cover both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then we didn't miss any other department heads that needed to speak before Helen? No? Okay, come on down, Helen.
Good morning. Okay. We have a staffing report. In our movement of staff at County Highway, we had a promotion into the County Highway Superintendent role. We had a promotion into the foreman role, and so now we have one less person driving a big piece of equipment in winter. And so we would like permission to fill an equipment operator truck driver position, which will get us back to the numbers we'd like to have for having big equipment out on the road while we have snow coming down.
I moved to fill the position.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
I think Barry got it in time. Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Right on the back side, you'll see that under internal appointments, we have the Tuition Appeals Committee. So this committee doesn't actually meet very often. I don't know, Commissioner Wallstead, have you ever? Yeah, it doesn't meet very often, but statutorily, we have a commissioner, a representative from the state's attorney's office, and the superintendent of schools designee. So you can see that we have Commissioner Wallstead, and of course, that actually gets approved. I sort of think when we do portfolios every year, but officially there's a term here. State's Attorney Office Representative is Attorney Prout, and then Patty Ogerchuk, our Treasurer Recorder, is who we have designated as the Superintendent of Schools for this function in particular. And so I'd like you all to have a motion to reappoint them. The term is 3/21/26 to 3/20 of 29.
Is there any questions on that? What are the wishes?
Would make a motion to approve those appointments.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Right, then I have 3 agreements for the chairman's signature. One is a contract with the city of Williston. We do a little bit of advertising for, I think it's Weird Williams County out at the airport. That's what that advertising agreement relates to. And then lease agreements with the curling club and the racing club related to the fairgrounds. So we're over half for the big tenants, feeling good about that. Hoping for 2 more at the next meeting and 2 more the first meeting in March. As I said at the last meeting, all the content of the leases is the same. And so we went through some of the details previously. No changes.
Good. Any questions for Helen on that? Okay, what are the wishes?
Would make a motion to approve those lease agreements.
And authorize chairman?
Correct.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carried.
All right, that's all I have, unless you have something for me.
I have nothing for Helen. Anybody else? No, that puts us to item G. It's adjournment.
Quickly, not
Except
not
I
to-
won't do an adjournment. Commissioner Anderson has something.
I just wanted to point out, Helen's talked about positions and stuff. So I sit on the Health and Human Service Board, and Julie St. Germain, the director, reported to us in our last meeting that we are fully staffed with the Health and Human Service Department. And I think that is maybe about the first time since I've been on the commission we've been fully staffed. So she's doing a great job for us. And also thank you for Holly, for her guidance and continuing to help us out there. So just thought I'd let you guys know that.
Yeah, good. The state of North Dakota actually does the hiring and recruiting efforts related to the human service zone. And so you're exactly right. That's pretty impressive. It's been a long time since we were fully staffed over there. That's great. Mhm.
Anything else? No. Okay, then we're going to say that this meeting is adjourned. 8:25.
Bye, Barry.